Hello and welcome to another video on Learn SQL, and in today's video we are going to learn set operations. So we have the set operations basically like union, intersect or minus or except. So what happened in these kind of operations? So first operation which we are going to have a look at is union. In case of union, what happens? You have some data, let's say coming from a query 1 or table 1, another data coming from table 2, and then you do union. In case of union, what happens if the values are duplicated, like this is the area of duplicate values, only single value would be given. So let's say I have 1, 2, 2 and 3, then I'll get 1, 2 and 3. So I'll not get 2 twice. Now there is something known as union all. In case of what happens, I have 1, 2 and 1, 2 and 3. So I'll get 1, 2, 2 and 3. That is union all. Means we are appending the data. In appending, whether we want the duplication or not, that's going to be decided with union on union all. Now in case of intersect, what happened? We only get the common data. So we have 1, 2, 2 and 3. We are going to get 2 because 2 is common. Then we have except. In except, what happens is we have 1, 2 and 2 and 3. We are only going to get 1 because only 1 is present in the first table. Except or minus means A minus B, or A except B means something which is present in A and not present in B. So these are the operations which we are going to try out today. So let's jump onto the SQL Server Management Studio and we are going to try out these things there. Now you have requested to increase the font size, so today I have increased the font size. Also I have on 150% zoom resolution, so you should be able to see the text clearly. As you can see, my SQL Server is already started and I have opened SQL Server Management Studio, and in that one I have this Learn SQL database which we have created initially when we have started the series. In case you have missed out those videos, please start with the video 1 and see how we have done that. So now let's, first of all, what I'm going to do, because we need some data where we can experiment. So I'm going to tell you certain queries which we are going to experiment with. So first query we are going to experiment with: select brand from item where category equals to category 1, and this need to be in single quote. Where. Okay, so let's see, is it correct statement? And I'm going to make it category 3 because category 1 has lots of categories, so we wanted to differentiate between these things. So as you can see, I have a lot of categories. Let me also do one thing. Let me copy this query and run another query which is category 5. Now let's run both of them together. So you can see you have a lot of categories here. You have 4, 5, 6, 11, and let me say distinct now. So I'll bring in distinct here in both of them. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 11 and 13. And you can see we have 10, 11, 11 is common. 3 again we have, we don't have 3 in the top. So 3 is not a common. We have 5 in both of them. 5 is common. And then we have 9. 9 is not there here. Okay. So we got these things. So we have 11 and 5 which seems like common, and then there are differences like 13 is there in the first query, is not there in the second query. 4 is there in the first query, not there in the second query. 5 is there in both. Then 6, 7 is not there in the second query. We have 11 in both the queries. Okay. So now we got it. Now let's try to do our operations. So what is the first? So this is, let's say you treat it as the first one and you treat it as the second one. So what operation first we want to do is union. So we say this query union the other query. And let me do one thing. Let me copy paste and have it so that you know. Okay. Now today because I zoomed in too much, and let me put a semicolon so that we can differentiate between our queries. And here also we need to put semicolons. So now this is our query which we are going to run. It is 200%. Let me make it 100 75%. That should be sufficient for us. 175, enter. This looks better. Okay, now let's run. So we are saying union, not union all, and we know the brand 11 is there in the both of them, and we also observed brand 5 is there in both of them. Okay, so the two results are there available for both of them, and let's try to see what happens when we do the union operation. So we get brand 10, brand 11, brand 13, brand 3, brand 4, brand 5, brand 6, brand 7, brand 9. Okay, we are not seeing any repetition. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. There is no repetition here, and that is what we call union, because in the case of union, the IDs which are repeating, or the rows which are repeating, it could be more than one column also. It's not that it's going to be only one column. It could be more than one column also. I can have a category and brand also together coming in, and that combination is coming in, and for that combination it can happen. But right now what is happening, the combination, the brands which are repeating has been suppressed because we are doing union operation. So in union operation, the data is getting appended and the duplicates are removed. Only single value is going to come. So that is union for you. So hope you have understood what union means. Now let's try to move to union all. So now we press enter, and I bring in the second query. I just copy pasted the same query, and now I'm going to do union all. Now in this query, what we are doing is select distinct brand from item where category is equal to category 3. So what happens, we are going to get some brands which are there in category 3, and then we are doing a union all with the distinct brand which is coming from the category 5. Now here what happens, like brand 5 and brand 11, which are two times, we are expecting them to repeat. So you can see brand 11 here, you can also see brand 11 here, you can see brand 5 here, and you can also see brand 5 here. Now can I do a order by here just by simply saying it? So if I say order by 1, is going to sort the complete query or not? So you don't see that. So you can see brand 11 coming together, and brand 5 coming together. So you can see this is how now the data is coming. So we say order by 1, and now what is happening here is basically brand 10, brand 11 is repeating, brand 13, brand 3, 4, 5, 5, and 6, 7, and 9. So there is no repetition happening. There is repetition which is getting reflected out here because we are doing union all. In case of union all, the repetition is getting reflected. The data is getting again displayed. Okay, so it's not suppressed like in case of the union where the duplicate data is suppressed, only single value has been shown. Now we come to the intersect operation. Intersect means which is common between the two. So we do the intersect operation. This is my query 1. I want to intersect it with the query 2, and I wanted to find out the results. Now we have already noticed in this data brand 5 and brand 11 were the common. So we are going to get the distinct values which are common between the two queries, and that is the intersect operation for us. So what is the intersect operation? What is common between the two sets or two queries or two tables? It could be more than one columns also. It could be complete table versus table where we are doing these operations. So we got now intersect operation, and we understood how it works. Now time to come to minus or except. Some database may support minus, other may support except. So let's work with except. Now we are looking something which is present in A, not present in B. So something which is available with category 3, not with category 5. 13, 4, 6. If you remember, let's see how many we have here. We have here 6. Okay, and there are two commons. So 4 are something which is, so 11 and 5 were common, they have been removed. Nothing coming from table B, which is B here. Now this is B for us, the below one. This is A for us, and we call A except B or A minus B. It means we are only going to get the common. We are only going to get the something which is present in A and not in B. So common would be removed, and also no data from the B or the below query would be shown. So now we understand well. Now we will take up example. If you remember last time we have, bring in data for two particular year and try to compare it. And now we found that, some overlap has happened, and we would like to, again show the data brand wise 20 and 21 data we wanted to compare. So we have data for, let's say, 19 and 20 or 18 and 19, and we would like to compare that data. Now to compare that data, what we would like to do this time, we want to see if we can use the union all operation to give us that data. So let's write down our first query, which is basically select brand. Now from sales, now sales doesn't contain brand, so s comma item, comma, will not use comma, we'll say inner join item on item I on s dot item id equals to I dot item id. So join is complete. Then we say group by item, group by brand. We don't want item group wise, we want group by brand. So right now it's going to give distinct, nothing more than that. But what we can do is we can put a filter where s dot sales date, and what year we want year 2018. Fine. And we want sum of tt multiply by price. First multiply then add, and we call it gross. So let's look at what this data is. So let me scroll a little bit here. Now you can see the complete query. Now I am getting brand 1, brand 2, brand 3. Remember this result, and I'm going to run these two queries separately so that you are able to compare. So I'm getting brand 1 sum of quantity into price for 2018. These are the numbers I'm getting: brand 1, brand 10, brand 11, brand 12, and all those I'm getting. So this is my 2018 data. Fine. Let me also query the 2019 data. So I just copy it and I say 2019. So what I'm saying, select brand comma sum of quantity into price gross from sales inner join item I on the join columns. S dot item ID is equal to I dot item ID. It's a inner join where year equals to 2019 and group by brand, because we have taken a non-aggregated column and aggregated calculation. So we need to have group by now. So we do it. Now MySQL may do it without that. Now we have some different number for 2019. Now what I wanted to do is I want to bring these results together. Okay. Now I have already shown you these two results, and I'm going to show you one thing basically. Now I copy paste these results and I put union all between them. I don't want to remove any duplicates. Okay. Because remember 2018 matching with 2019, we still wanted to have this one. Now, do I want it in the same column or do I want it in different column? That's a big question. Now, what would happen when I do union all? How would I differentiate? This is 2019 data and this is 2018 data. How can I differentiate and how can I take diff? So what I need to do is I actually need to make sure that I'm able to differentiate between. So what I'm going to call is gross 2018 comma null 20 gross underscore 2019, because I need to differentiate between these two, isn't it? Now here this is actually gross 2019. So what I need to do is I first need to have null gross 2018, and the second query column name doesn't matter. The first query column names are the one which is going to be taken care, and they should also match in terms of the data type. So now let me try to show you the query, complete query. So let me give you more space here so that you can see it. And let me make it a little bit smaller. Let me make it 150% now. We have a bigger query. So select brand quantity 2018 and null value for 2019 from sales with the data is 2018, the filters on 2018, and we are getting 2018 data as null when we are querying 2019 data. Again, it is grouped by this one. So you can almost see the complete query. Now let me select this query and execute it. Now what you see here is basically I am getting, so half of the portion I am getting 2018 data, half of the portion I am getting 2019 data. but is this data correct? Now you would also like to see whether this data is correct or not. To do that, what I need to do is I need to run the three queries together. So let me make it a little bit bigger. Let me put a semicolon so that you can differentiate here. This is my 2018 data, this is my 2019 data, and this is my this data. Now this is SQL Server, and that is why you are able to run all these three queries. Maybe when you are doing other databases, you might not be able to do that. So I can see this is, remember this brand 12998 and 132793, and when you go here, brand 1 is 12999 triple line and 8, and this is brand 1 is basically 132 793, and here if we see 2019, why we are not seeing? Fine, we are able to see. We could have used order by, so we would have made it much easier. Now what I will do, I don't want to have these data in different rows, isn't it? You don't want to see these data into different rows. So what you are going to do that? So what I'm going to do that now on this query which I've already written here, let me copy paste and do it in next step. Now I'm going to make this query as inline query or from clause subquery. From clause subquery or inline query, which we have learned in the previous videos. So now this entire thing is going to become a subquery. So I start a parenthesis here, I end a parenthesis here, and I can give a name as A, or I can give some better name. So now this entire is subquery. Now what happens? I have the brand inside, so I can say select brand. I have the gross 2018. So now I want to have a grouping again. So I will say sum of gross 2018 and rename it as sum of 2018 only. Now half of the row has 2018 and half of the row has 2019. So I'm going to say again sum the 2019 also and rename that as 2019. And let me bring it into the another line. And then you say from. Now everything is sorted out, but we need to group by, isn't it? So we go at the end and we say group by brand again. And then we say then what we are going to say, let's also do order by. We can do 1 or we can do 2 or 3, whatever we would like. So how does the complete query look like? Let me scroll and try to showcase you. Now let me make it a little bit smaller. Now you should be able to see the complete query. So select brand sum of gross 2018. Let me bring it in this row. Okay, from this one, and let me bring union all on this line so that you are able to see the. Okay, so what is happening? The outer query, the inner queries are same what we have run. Now the outer query we are again doing the selecting and grouping the data, again group by brand, and then we are saying order by 1. This is the entire stuff which we are doing here. Okay, so okay, so this is my A which is ending here. Okay, this is my A, the entire one. This is my inner query. I am not bothered about what is inner query. From the inner query, I'll get gross 2018 and gross 2019. So those I'm summing it up, bringing them into the same rows of the brand. So what should happen? This will bring for brand 1, both 2018 and 2019 should come together, and I should be able to see them together. This is what it should do. So what is happening now? Brand 1 you are able to see together. Now here you can create a different column where you can subtract and say year on year or something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new query, new one here just for your reference. So when you run, you can run it step by step. Right now I don't want to create one more outer query. So I will say sum of 18 minus sum of 19. Typically it is current minus prior. So let me do that. Let me do current minus prior, 2019 minus 2018, and let me call it YOY, year on year change. I don't need to do anything additional. Rest of the query is all sorted out. Select from this clause and then from A, group by this thing. Okay. You can see the complete query now. Let me execute it and let me show you the results now. So you can see from 2019 I'm getting difference, and you can see where we have not performed well. So we are done with the union all. Now we would like to see one example of except. So if you remember when we learned cross join, we told you for item brand there are certain combination available in our item table. So there are few combination available, so we can say select distinct item brand and category. So brand and category combination is something which we wanted to know. What are brand category combination we have? So we don't have all the combinations. Select distinct brand category from item. Now what happened in this case is brand and category distinct combination 13 into 5, 65 combination we should have. But we don't have 65 combination here. We actually only have 36 combination, 36 here. So we only have 36 combination. So what we have done on that day to generate 65, we have done a cross join. So what we have done, so this was the one thing which we know the combination. Now second what we have done is select distinct brand from item. We made one of this query. And then we say cross join. We call this as A. Cross join B. Select distinct category. Now we have A and B. So what we need to do is select star from A and B. Select star from A cross join B, isn't it? Select star from A, which is select distinct brand A, cross join select distinct brand B, isn't it? That's what we want. So now when we do cross join, what we get is we got 65 rows. Now I wanted to know what are the brand category combinations which are not available with me. So what is my A? A is the bigger set because I want to know what is not available in my item table, which is B, A minus B or A except B. So this is my A. Except the combinations which are already available, select distinct item. So now you know you have 65 and you don't have 36 combination out of that, and you run these, you will get the 29 combinations which are not as. So 36 plus 29 is going to make 65 combinations. So these are the 29 combinations which are not present. So except is going to give us the combinations which are not present for item brand in node. So what we are saying, select star from, and then we use two subqueries, select distinct, and these are from clause subqueries or inline queries. Select distinct brand from A item, which is we are treating as A, cross join with a B to get the complete combination. We have the complete combination. Except select distinct brand category from item, which are the presently available combinations, and except between these two is going to give us the result, something which is not present in our item table. You can scroll and check. So now you can see what is the things which are not available with us. Let me make the font smaller to show you the complete query in one go. So this is the query, and you can run them together and see what's the difference. So go ahead and try these things out, and do let me know what else you want me to cover in this particular series. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you. Keep watching, keep asking questions in comments, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you can get notification for new videos. Thank you.